In this video, we look at base R versus Tidyverse. Historically, there was simply R. R is an application and programming language created for statistical analysis. One reason R became so popular was that it was designed for data analysis, another because it can easily be extended with packages. One package that gets a lot of attention, or actually a whole bunch of packages, is the Tidyverse. What you get with Tidyverse is a specific, internally coherent way to use R. Think of a specific dialect. In contrast, there's a base R, a retronym to describe R as you download it out of the box if you want. There are also other dialects like data table. Tidyverse adds a specific logic of doing analysis to R, but strictly speaking, it's not really needed to do calculations in R. Everything you can do in Tidyverse, you can do in base R. You may want to use Tidyverse because it's how you prefer working or because it helps you get your work done. I'm not taking a position here because in the end, it's all about what you do with the tools. Tidyverse gets you consistency, a whole family of packages that follow the same way of doing things. It's a modern logic as they teach you in data sciences, with functions as verbs and pipelines from the data to the results. It's what a lot of courses and tutorials teach. On the other hand, if you're here for a quick scatter plot, Tidyverse is also a lot of baggage. Now that many preach Tidyverse or data table, base R is an interesting position. It can help you with the real basics in a very straightforward way. If you want to do a cross tabulation or plot a simple evolution over time, base R has you covered with a concise and coherent code. This includes a lot of quantitative analysis in the social sciences, for example. Often a basic analysis is all we need. On the other hand, base R is what you need when Tidyverse slows you down because you want to heavily customize something or for programming. It does also cover the middle ground, but I guess that's where Tidyverse is a serious alternative. You could say that base R is a bit more stable in the sense that your code probably works perfectly in a couple of years. Which one should you use? I would recommend you use what they teach you in your introductory course, or your favorite tutorial, or what your go-to colleague uses who you ask when you're stuck. If you're into data sciences, this is often the Tidyverse, but it doesn't have to be. Especially for simple stuff, the benefit of the overarching logic that Tidyverse adheres to, something you may also have to get used to, is irrelevant as you'll probably follow a different recipe for each analysis.